Is the social. My name's Jay Lawrence, and I've got to make an apology because I've been referring to Dan as Trash Can Dan for the whole program. Dan, I'm so sorry. Trash Man Dan.
I like it. I think we should change it.
Trash Can Dan it still works, and we still know what you're on about. That you like living in a bin. No, no. Look, it's so good for you to come in today. Look, I really appreciate it. And I know that you were in on the Sophie Little show, weren't you? The other day, just talking a little bit about what you do. And we're going to talk about that. And we'll talk about a bit about you and everything as well. But first, let's go straight into a brief summary maybe of what you covered with Sophie. I guess a little bit about the non-profit organisation that you run and almost like your goals with it. So it's called Pure Clean Earth, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. So it's Pure Clean Earth. And we basically go around lots of different locations around the world, cleaning up trash, litter, rubbish, with a smile on our faces, focus on positivity and fun activities in order to combat plastic pollution and trying to kind of clean up the world at the same time.
So what made you initially, get into this? Can you remember the moment? Was there a moment?
Absolutely, yeah. And it was just a big spark when I was sitting at the beach enjoying my time on the beach. It was my day off work. I realized there was so much rubbish sitting around me on the Barceloneta beach in Barcelona. And in that moment, I just said, no, I can't enjoy the sun while there's all this waste sitting around me. So in that moment, everything clicked together, and I was like, no, I'm gonna clean it.
I need to do something about this.
Yeah.
So what exactly did you do from that moment then?
From that moment, I cleared up as much as I could, realizing that I couldn't clean it up, all of it.
Yeah.
I went back home, had a good siesta, and
sleep, bit of nap.
Exactly.
Bit of nap,
yeah. Just sleep. You'll work it out. You'll find the solution.
Yeah.
And from there, I just started weekly events on Sundays.
Okay, and then you brought that. So basically, right, and we'll talk a bit about this in a second as well. But you're at Barcelona at that point. Mm-hmm. But you're originally from Norfolk, aren't you? So you've moved back to Norfolk now. So you've brought that whole mentality, that ethos, back here, and you've started this Sunday morning.
That's it, yeah.
Clean up, I guess, is that the right word to use?
Yeah, it's clean up, but we might be changing the name very soon. We are changing the name. The name's going to be Trashology. It's kind of something slightly different to just cleaning. We want to make it fun. It's kind of the study of the problem and focusing on kind of getting rid of that problem. And yeah, it went so well over in Spain that I decided why not bring it back to my local country, my local town, Attleboro to start with. And then the plan is to go to every single country in the world eventually.
Wow. There's a look now. I don't want this to come across whatever, but we're talking big dreams.
Yeah, absolutely.
But do you feel confident about that? Because with all, okay, I don't want this to come across however, but starting in Attleboro, want to hit every single country in the world. That's that's a big goal, isn't it?
Well, if we can do it in Attleboro, we can do it anywhere.
That's the way to think about it.
And it's already going really well so far. We're now starting this weekend. On Sunday, we've got our second cleanup in Colombia. In South America. We've got some cleanups coming up very soon in Italy. We've got talks with people in all sorts of locations, but it's really about going slow, getting the foundations done really well, making sure that whatever place we start it up in, it follows the same structure that we've got over in Barcelona that's worked. But yeah, we've got people all over the world calling us up saying we want you here, we need you here. So absolutely, we'll go everywhere.
Now we've met before, haven't we? Met the other day, but even from then it's quite obvious that you're a very enthusiastic fellow.
Oh yeah,
in a good way, obviously. Now, was this enthusiasm, was this passion put somewhere else before this idea, this notion, this enthusiasm towards cleaning the planet came up, or was it a case of did this sort of bring it out of you at that point?
No, it's always been there. Well, I say always, I've developed this skill of communicating with people, wanting to learn as much as I can about the world and cultures, and traveling was always my thing. I did lots of different jobs. I've quit every job I've ever had. I've kind of gained the experience I wanted to out of each job and then quit so that I could move on to something else. And I've always had this passion to just keep exploring and keep just doing as much as I can, being active. And Pure Clean Earth really gave me that kind of, it propelled me even further forward to say, hey, look, let's do this. So I quit my current job, which I was managing hostels in Barcelona. Quit that after just a few weeks of doing the events. Realized that this is my new purpose. That would, who knows where it will lead me on to in the future. Probably 10 different styles of NGOs. Who knows? But right now it's clean up the world with a smile.
So how long have you been? So how long ago was it that you first started to kick Pure Clean Earth off?
So it was in April the 6th, 2018 this year.
So it's not even that long ago, really.
No.
But I guess you achieved quite a little bit in that time.
Absolutely. Like I think we sometimes, I mean, we've cleared up about now 3,808 kilograms of trash in that time by using our hands in cleanup events, and we look at it like that. Okay, 3,000 kilograms compared to what's really going on in the world isn't that much in weight. But if we look at the hundreds or thousands of people that have taken part in the events and that have spoken about it in their free time to their friends and families and relatives, we've really touched like thousands, could even be 100,000 people, maybe even more, on internet and social media. How much we're spreading it every day with content and just getting out there to as many events and everything. So I think if we really look at what we've done physically and like new numbers wise, we haven't done that much. But deeper than that, I think we've done so much more already, and it's only going to grow from here. It's only going to keep on growing.
I guess it's just about making people think about it at the very least,
Absolutely, yeah.
Now so this is every Sunday is in Attleborough at the moment.
Yep. So we did our second one. This Sunday just gone. It went really well. There's between 10 and 15 people coming along so far, which I think is great considering Barcelona started to be less people.
Yeah.
So already we've got some real good kind of feedback from people and lots of interest. Now it's coming up to the winter, so there's a lot of people I feel will probably be a bit withdrawn from it. But I'm really encouraging people to get out wherever it's snowing and raining and thunderstorming, to go out and just show that we are still taking action no matter what the weather, because we can stop, but trash ain't gonna stop. So I feel like by going out into the snow and cold and really going for it and clearing up as much as we can, this is gonna just demonstrate and inspire more people to be like, okay, wow, they're still doing it. They really believe.
No, but I guess at the same time though, if you said yourself, trash isn't gonna stop. Is it easy, do you think, for people to get disheartened because that's the case? It's not as if you're working towards an end goal. Yeah.
So there's lots of people all around the world right now that are getting involved with these movements, and if you just look on Facebook and on Instagram, you'll see already that there's so much going on with these pictures of the dead animals and there's destroyed locations that you see around the world, and so many people are already feeling really depressed and kind of like hopeless about the situation. But that's where Pure Clean Earth comes in, is we hold our hands up and say, hey, look, we might not have the ultimate solution ready to implement in the next 2 years, but we're here on this planet. Let's enjoy life and do as much as we can with a big smile, creating futures for ourselves, and still maybe even cleaning up a bit of the planet so that more animals around the world can still thrive and live their lives that they've got the opportunity to live. So let's be hopeful that we can change the world, and so many different activists and initiatives around the world. Everyone's getting really creative with it right now. So I think this is the most hopeful and inspiring time that we could be in right now. It's one time when we've really took this issue and everyone's woken up to it almost. And it's kind of like once we see it and we realize that the people are not being quiet about it right now, that we're only going to see change. It's going to happen. So I'm really excited for it.
So if people want to get involved in the Attleborough side of things, how, when, what, where, why, but you know what I'm saying. Where can people get involved? Or
so
how?
Why? Because it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, okay. We know the why.
Yeah. And every Sunday, 11 o'clock, and we meet at the Queen's Square in Attleborough. But it may change the location, so it's best to join the Facebook group Pure Clean Earth Norfolk, get involved there, and see. We might change the location up a little bit and hit different towns and different parts of the UK eventually as well. So, but for now, Norfolk.
Okay, so we've spoken about Trash Man / Trash Can Dan. I want to talk about Dan the Man in a second. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Shut up.
Rudimental, Tom Walker. This is BBC Radio Norfolk. My name is Jay Lawrence, and this is The Social. hello to Trash Man Dan, not
Hey,
Trash Can Dan. Now look, we've spoken about your non-profit organisation, Pure Clean Earth, trying to clean up the earth. Is that pretty much the easiest way of putting it?
Yeah. With a smile.
Cleaning up the earth with a smile. Trashology.
Trashology.
Is that what you called it before?
Yeah. Coming to town near you.
I like it. Now look, we've spoken about Trash Man Dan. I want to know about Dan the Man, right? So you're from Attleborough originally, yeah?
That's correct.
Now look, I've said this to you before. This won't be a thing that you've never heard before. Your accent does not necessarily sound like you're from Norfolk. But that's not because you're not from here. It's because you've been to different places and picked it up. Is that correct?
That's it, yeah. It's always been fairly neutral, let's say. But since I started traveling, meeting people all around the world and learning different languages, it's really kind of mixed up a bit.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then you've sort of come up with Dan's accent. Is that sort of how it goes?
Yeah. It's this kind of travelese kind of mixture.
Travelese. I like it. Yeah. What accent do you have? Travelese? Yeah, I've got it. So you went traveling, obviously, and we've already heard that you were in Barcelona. Mm-hmm. Barcelona. That's my accent there. Tell me where else you've been and how long were you away for?
Yeah, first the Barcelona people listening to this are going to love that.
I apologise if I've just been really offensive towards
they'll love it.
Barcelona.
My first ever backpacking trip on my own was actually in Costa Rica, which is actually where the Pure Clean Earth name came from. Doesn't have a direct connection, but the kind of saying over there is pura vida, like a pure life, and they say it all the time.
Really?
And I was at first going to be like, okay, I love my first ever backpacking trip. I like the saying pura vida. I'll call it pura vida cleanup. But then I realized it was going to be too specific to that location, and pure stayed in, and then Pure Clean Earth. But so I did my first ever trip over there, had no plans, just arrived, ready to enjoy the biodiversity and meeting new people, and I didn't speak any Spanish at that point, so It was awesome. I had no idea what I was doing, loved every minute of it. And then I continued traveling about. Mainly, I did a long-term travel in the south of Spain and Portugal, and I did about 11 months on 50 euros. Mm-hmm. I was kind of volunteering, hitchhiking around, and just not worrying about anything other than the moment I was living in. And that's kind of a philosophy that I've built and kind of brought into what I'm doing every day, and just enjoying the moment, not worrying about anything. Nothing can go wrong. Really, it can't. And
So how old are you now?
25.
And you first went travelling?
Oh, must have been 18, 19.
So you've sort of been since then, is it? Sort of,
more or less.
Here, there, and everywhere, in the best kind of way.
Yeah.
So before you went, was it like you knew that's what you wanted to do? You knew that's where, like, the places you wanted to go? Or was it a case of, let's just go, see what happens, and then basically it just sort of spiraled? Yeah,
I knew I wanted to travel. This was something I was traveling. I was always loving nature and animals ever since I was maybe 15, 16. Just had this lust for it, and when I took the opportunity, my first trip to Costa Rica, I was like, yeah, that's it, that's for me. So the plan was to travel for 5 years all around the world, every single country you can imagine, but slow. And I got stuck in Barcelona. I was like, I love this place, I'm going to stay a bit longer. And from there I stayed longer and longer and longer, little trips in different locations. But I'm still going to travel the whole world. It's still there. It's still my priority. And Pure Clean Earth will obviously help me get there as well. And it will be like a double purpose at the same time, I guess.
Yeah. But I guess that's just life, though, isn't it? In the sense of you can have all these plans, not necessarily about travelling, but just anything, really, isn't it? You can have plans. You want to do A, B, and C, but then when option D comes along, when the curveball comes along, nothing wrong with just going with it.
Absolutely, go with the flow. Like you're surfing a wave. It changes. You just go with it. You don't fight your way. Just go with the flow, and a new opportunity will come out.
I think that's I feel like I'm going really deep right now, but in reality, like I feel like that's something that you can talk about traveling in terms of going to you go to Paris, you go to Berlin, you go to Barcelona, and that's your plan. But if you end up liking more one than the other or going somewhere else, that's fine. But it is just like that with life, isn't it? Sometimes you might want to do all these different things, but there's nothing wrong with just stopping.
That's it. Yeah.
It's quite nice.
I think that's the best way to do it. I think just go down as many paths as you can, and when one comes up, it will probably be that one that you least expected that took you to where you wanted to be anyway.
Have you ever thought, back when you were like 18, 19, did you ever see a future for yourself in Norfolk, or did you know that it was?
I don't think so. No, I mean, I'm here right now, but obviously the plan later on is to be next to a sunny beach.
Have you been to Cromer?
No, I mean maybe I missed out. Maybe I missed that one.
Oh, mate. Cromer in Yarmouth. There is the sun there, you know.
I did a clean-up in Yarmouth, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So because you have been to a sunny beach.
That's it. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. Barcelona doesn't know what it's missing.
Oh, that's nice though, man. So it's all about doing this for the moment, doing pure clean earth, seeing where that leads you, going to different places, and just figuring out what happens when it goes. But you've got big plans, man.
Yeah, they're big plans. Hopefully I can grow on these plans and make them even bigger. I think they're a bit too small at the moment.
You think? Trying to be having a part in every single country in the world.
Yeah, we gotta fly. We gotta learn how to hover.
That's a nice phrase. I like that. I think we need to learn how to hover.
Better write that down. Tweet it quick.
Look, I really appreciate you coming in today, mate. Really appreciate it. Look, and you've got to come in again maybe a few months down the line or whatever when you've got some updates with Pure Clean Earth. When you're when you've got half the countries in the world already booked and stuff, because I'm really excited, and I'm really excited for you, and I think your enthusiasm is so it just gets you. Do you know what I mean? So I think that probably you've probably heard that before for other people, but look, really appreciate it, and if people want to come to Attleborough, it's Sunday
at 11 o'clock.
11 at
the Queen Square.
There we go.
Bring a smile. Get ready for a high five.
What if they don't bring a smile? Are they not allowed to do it?
We'll create one.
Okay. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Mate.
Cheers.